Hello. Sorry it took me a while. I had to organize a couple of things and went to the store really quick. Honestly, it's been like a little extra kind of a day because I think I still have like the energy of Pop Smoke still on my mind, and I know a lot of people want me to do a second reading for him, and I might do it. I'm thinking about it. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining. I need to grab like, I thought I had like this together as far as like having matches and stuff like that. I don't know if this is going to work. I need to like refuel my Bic. Let me grab this. All over the place. See, the problems with big boobs. She just knock everything over. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. So let me just light this really quick. I know that, like I said, honestly, it's like I have to kind of like detach and get out of the house and go shopping for a minute because the energy of like dealing with like Pop Smoke and all the other stuff that was on my mind. And so I actually went to the store with my family and just bought some stuff and just, hung out for a little bit so I can just focus on her energy. And I'm contemplating doing a second reading for Pop. I don't know yet. I just don't want to seem like I'm all like thirsty trying to, do some old extra shit because I've said a lot in that reading and I did it for like damn near 2 hours. Well, moving forward, this is a reading for Selena. Her birthday is April 16th, 71. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a card to represent her, as I usually do. Y'all know how this goes already. So I got her. This is her right here. Since she is a fire sign, she's an Aries. So we're going to use the Queen of Wands. And let me actually get this sage going now that I remember. And just light this up really quick. And we're going to just do, like I usually do, we're going to go general first. And we'll get into specifics about like kind of focusing on like family, friends, love life, her career, and, her demise, basically. And we'll just talk about those things, basically. So we're just going to tune in and see how she feels, what's going on with her, what she wants to focus on, and figure out what is happening with Selena. If Selena can step forward and provide her essence and what she might want to say to her fans and family and the people that she loves, and what she may want to do in order to reach out to those that she cares for, and whatever she feels that she needs to talk about. All right, I'm going to do one more. Okay. She's already expressing a couple of things to me. She's saying that, and I'll show you guys the cards. She's saying that the Seven of Wands is still in the root, basically, meaning that she is on a more, I guess you can say, stable foundation. She feels very strong in her energy. I guess that's what she's indicating. And then she's also, just to kind of point this out and to coincide with that card as well, she is showing me the Ten of Cups. So missing family and friends, and usually the Six of Cups is usually like reminiscent of family, friends, missing family and friends, and just thinking about them a lot. And also just the idea, and I don't know why this keeps coming up, and I don't know if this is something that's, maybe I'm picking up on this, but I just get this sense to when she was going through her process or her transition, that she was in the process of starting a family, I feel like, or she might have been pregnant. And I don't know why that seems to like pop in my head a lot, like children, or just thinking about children and feeling like her life was just, tragically cut short. because she's placing the wheel of fortune in a situation. So basically, this would kind of be reversed, like showing that this is kind of like bad luck that she feels that happened to her, to where she was taken away from her family and friends, and she's extremely hurt by that. I think it's something for her to kind of accept on some level, but it's still something that she struggles with from time to time, especially like from March moving into April, it gets extremely difficult for her. Or when, people think about her heavily, she really wants to, she wishes that, she could just enjoy her life and, live out her dreams completely. And I guess that's like an aspect to where she feels, I don't know if she feels guilty. It's like, and I'm just kind of getting the sense like, oh, why do you feel guilty or whatever? But it's like, maybe she felt like she focused too much on her career, and she wishes that she more so focused on, the things that are important. Like, she had family and people that supported her around her, but she really wanted children. She's really indicating that to me very strongly, just like missing the opportunity to raise children, because the Six of Cups is usually focused on childhood, or just growing up with family and everything. So she's appreciative of like friends and family and the people that she loves, but she just really wishes that she could still fulfill that aspect of her life, wishing that she could have children. So that's like a very big thing for her. She placed the Ace of Swords in the past, so it's kind of like, the situation that happened to her, the tragedy that happened to her. She feels as if like she has a lot more to say about this. So we'll definitely like get into that in a minute, because I kind of feel like she really wants to talk about specific things. This person, I feel, is, I don't know why, I feel a couple of things. I feel like this is in reference to Chris. She's still around Chris. I feel like Chris can still feel her from time to time. And she does her best not to bombard too much, because she knows that he has a life and a family. And I think sometimes, it's kind of like, she's like, I'm still waiting for you. She's saying that to me. Oh my God, I'm getting like really emotional, because I feel like that's her. But she's like, I'm waiting for you. Like, I'm gonna wait for you. She knows that you have like a different life. She's happy for you. But she's very much still in love with this man. She's very much still connected to this man. And she knows that it was very difficult for him to move on, because he felt a little guilty, I think, about that. Knowing that he loved her so much, and it was very hard for him to move on, because she feels as if like, they both feel like it's unfair. It's an unfair circumstance, and every time, from time to time, he won't do this like too often, but if he ever decides to like play music or pick up the guitar, she's like singing next to him. It's like the most interesting thing. She's like so happy when he's like playing something, because she's showing me the pleasure card. So saying that I'm going to be with you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, but I know I'm going to celebrate with you when you cross and transition over, so that way I can be with you and have you the way that I want you. Because she's just really indicating to me that she very much like loves him a lot. And she's saying, I'm being strong for him. I'm doing my best to be strong for him whenever he gets weak, or whenever he's upset about certain things. Even when she's like, when I get upset, when I can't, physically be there, I still think about him all the time, as much as he's thinking about me. And she's like, I don't want to, like, she's like, oh God, I feel like I don't want to like take, the shine away from like his current situation or whatever's going on. So sometimes I'll back away and just like walk away for a little bit. But their connection is very strong, and she's indicating that. And she's like, I love him very much. I still love him to this day. So that's one thing that she wants to talk about. If you, again, before I continue on, if you all have any specific questions, feel free to ask me whatever questions you might have. and we'll definitely focus on that. So I really want to, and I actually, this is hard. This is a very hard reading because she knows that I kind of want to get into getting the hard stuff out of the way. So I am going to mention Yolanda. I'm going to talk about Yolanda for a little bit because we know that these are, I just want to know what her thought process is in regards to Yolanda and how she's coping with that or if she's dealing with that. So I have this death card on her crown, and I know this is going to be something that's going to probably bring up a lot of stuff. But again, when I do readings for channeling energy, this is an opportunity for them to process and to heal. So that's the only reason why I'm focusing on specific energies like that. Oh, okay. She said, please find her out of the deck. She's like, please find her out of the deck, please. Okay, so which one do you want to use? Okay. I can hear, see, this is the thing. She's like, she's like, don't use a queen card. So I'm going to use the Page of Swords. Even though she is like a Libra Virgo, I don't know, but I'm going to use this Page of Swords because she's like, this is beneath me. She said that to me. She said that to me straight away, like, this is beneath me. So I'm going to use her, that Page of Swords as her card. Alrighty. So let's see what we have for Yolanda. How do you feel about Yolanda? How do you feel about your circumstances dealing with your past and what is going on with your life? And tell me, what are some things that you're doing? Like, are you healing from this? How do you feel towards Yolanda? All right. Alrighty. She's bringing up some very interesting details, funny enough. And I'm going to share them with you right now. This is crazy. She's very regretful. I think that she takes her death very personally because this is in the situation. So if this is in a situation, it's actually reversed, feeling as if she made the wrong choice. As far as like, I'm assuming hiring her, bringing this person on into her life, basically. She feels somewhat like harbors some level of responsibility for that. And she still feels, like I said, very hurt over certain decisions that this person has made. And this is the thing that's interesting to me, is that I feel like whenever it comes down to Yolanda, because this Two of Cups came up in reverse, I have a feeling that she was trying to separate, she's trying to separate Selena or she's becoming very possessive. And this is like in reference to her relationship or her commitment that she had going on. And it was getting extremely stressful. Like she was always just kind of spying and like, it's like kind of like becoming like she's like an obsessed dog. An obsessed, somebody that can't handle the fact that you have to like share your life with other people, and I'm just like kind of curious because it seems like it just got to the point to where it was like, you have this perfect relationship, this perfect career, like this love was becoming very obsessive. She's making that very clear. And she was getting extremely jealous of Chris being close to her. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's because she wanted him. I don't know what that is, but it seemed like she was just trying to get in the way of their commitment. So spilled cup, that's over, spilled cup. I know that Selena is an Aries. This is her card, but I'm using this as Yolanda for the people that are just coming in. So that way y'all can quit telling me that she's an Aries, which I already know. So this Two of Cups is in reverse. Basically, this person was trying to get in the way of her and Chris's relationship, and it was kind of like, it was overwhelming. She felt very overwhelmed, you know? She feels like she is doing her best to shed light on something because she's showing me the sun card. And I think that she's also confirming that she was pregnant because the sun card is confirmation that she was pregnant with a child. And this is something that she didn't consider, and that she's very hurt about when it comes down to that. Let's see. Moving into near future, she's saying, she's saying with this Hermit card, she knows that, how can I say it? Okay, I'm just trying to interpret it, what she's saying. Like, she's like, I know that a fast death is not going to justify for what she's done to me. So even though I shouldn't probably, you know, take pleasure out of it, but on some level, that's all I can do is take pleasure out of her own insanity from what she's placed herself into, in the isolation and being ostracized from the rest of the world because of what she's done to me. Because she's showing me with this Hermit card in reverse that this person is really, really like going through a lot of torment over what she has done to Selena. She feels like someone stole from her. Like, I mean, we've known that she stole, like as far as taking material things from her, but to steal someone's life too, to probably steal two lives at that. I'm getting like, oh my God, I'm getting so emotional right now. She feels like her life was stolen. Someone stole her life. They stole her life. Honestly, she's like, I really don't even care about the stuff, the you know, the money or anything like that. She was like, I was right at the victory line, you know, just dealing with the fact that this Six of Wands is supposed to be an expression of victory, meaning, you know, life is good, love is good, family's good, career is great, everything's in order, and she feels like everything was coming together for her, and Yolanda stole that. She stole everything away from her, and it's just very hurtful to her. But here's something else that she's pulling up that I'm surprised about. Let me put these cards over here because I don't know who this male energy is. And I don't know if Yolanda was dealing with someone. But there's another man behind Yolanda. And she feels that this person, and this person is coming up in the reverse, selfish King of Cups. I don't know if Yolanda was giving money to anybody else. But there's a male energy that seems to be coming forward in pertaining to Yolanda, and she's kind of showing me that there's like some sort of relationship between this King of Cups and Yolanda, in as far as like what happened to her or something like that. So I don't know if Yolanda was giving this man money, but she feels that this man should be just as guilty as she is. That's how Selena feels. That she should be just as guilty. This person should be just as guilty as, not Selena, as Yolanda is at this moment. But it seems like she took the fall for everything. Again, she's doing her best to like push forward, keep herself busy beyond that point, beyond focusing on the tragedy, because it's very complicated for her. And it creates like a level of, you know, a lot of disappointment. That's what I feel. Just a lot of disappointment and feeling as if she couldn't fulfill her, you know, just the dream of being a mom. Like, that's the thing that really hurts the most. I think that she's found other ways to cope with that. She's saying that like certain things do become a burden for her at times when she thinks about certain things that have happened to her and how people have treated her. But I think, let me see if I can actually use the other deck really quick, because I want to use the Oracle deck. It's more of a spiritual deck, basically. because I know that's kind of rough to focus on, because it tends to be a burden for her from time to time to kind of cope with that. She's like, like I said, for Yolanda, death would be easy. Death is the easy way out. And she's like, I'm going to make sure that you suffer by yourself because you don't know what you've done, basically. All right, so I'm going to use this, the Woman Holding Heart, as Selena for my Oracle deck. And I'm going to see what she has to say with the Oracle deck, basically, and just see what comes up. Again, if you all have questions, feel free to ask me, because, again, like, she had such a beautiful life. She was a beautiful girl. She can sing, she can dance. She had this amazing look. The fact that she was extremely successful. Her life was made, and I think that she was doing her best to, like, focus on different aspects of her life, because she was at that age. She was married. She wanted a family. And she just kind of feels like, like, family's happy, career is good, and that was the final thing, starting her own family. And it just really hurt her tremendously. So let's see what the Oracle cards have to say for Selena. How do you feel energetically? And what else do you want to discuss or talk about? I like getting the hard things out of the way, because sometimes it's very difficult for Spirit to deal with certain stuff. Okay. Wow. This is crazy. Okay. Wow, this is insane. I believe Yolanda is still living. I believe so. I believe she's in prison. She's in prison. I think that it's like a life sentence or something like that. So she is still in prison. Here we go. She's like, if I could just, she keeps mentioning this again. If I could just talk to Chris, like, one more time. She's like, if I could just talk to him one more time. Doing my best to communicate with him. She's so focused on this. Look at that. She's so focused on caring connections. This is in her subconscious mind. She's, like, really focused on Chris. Like, still loves him. She still loves him. And she's like, like I said before, she's like, if I, like, start a new life, I'm waiting for him. Like, that just seems to be the biggest thing that she wants to, like, communicate. Because Archangel Gabriel is in charge of communication, the voice. So she's communicating this personally. Like, I still love him. I still care for him. I want to, grow a life with him. The cornucopia focuses on career, but it also focuses on having a successful outcome with your life. Because she's showing me let's see, Archangel Uriel, 7th chakra. She says that this person that she loves, Chris, she's very much spiritually connected to him. As I said, stated before, she's just confirming it through the Oracle cards. Very much connected to him. She talks to him all the time. She communicates in dreams. And as I stated before, in the situation, she's like, sometimes I feel trapped between knowing what feels comfortable for me and maybe thinking that I should just try to, like, let go and just move on. But she's not, I don't think she's really moving forward. I don't think she's moving on. The reason why I say that is because it's saying attachments. Holding on to previous attachments. Holding on to family. Holding on to dreams that she wants to hold on to. And it's very, like I said, it's a situation to where it's hard for her to forget. It's very difficult for her to forget the love that she has for this man. And I think that he's accepting of it because they find a lot of balance with each other. And she really feels like this person was like, her twin flame. He was the one. Like, that's how she's telling me, like, this man was the one. This man was supposed to be, the one, because she's showing me the sun card again. I'm going to be with you in another life. I'm going to be with you, and we're going to have a family together. She's very adamant about this. She's very adamant about having a life with this man. And she's very patient. She's like, I'm going to wait for him. I know people have a hard time, like, it's a hard situation because, maybe I should move on. Maybe I should let go or whatever. And I can't let go. She's like, I love him too much. I love him too much. This is crazy. She's just like, I love him. I'm sorry. I can't. She's like, I can't help it. I'm not trying to get in the way. I'm not trying to get in the way of of what he has going on. I'm going to find another card from the Oracle deck that's going to represent Chris, because she seems to really be focused on him right now. Other than, loving family and friends and, making sure that they're good. But like the way that she feels about Chris is just like unbelievable. So I'm going to find a card. So I'm going to use this card for Chris. Man holding a heart, okay? So it's going to be like a suited card. Like she still feels like she's still very much married to this man. I'm just going to say it. She feels like she's very much still married to him. Okay, so I'm going to see how Chris feels about her, because she's very much expressed her love for him over and over again. This is like the second time I'm turning over cards, and she's just like, I don't care about anything else. I love this man. Like that's what it is. He needs to know that I love him very much. And I don't know, like, if he's going through anything or struggling with anything, and maybe he might be and might not be saying anything, but she's like, I'm here. I'm with you. So let's see how Chris feels towards her and how he's coping with that. And if he knows, like if he knows that she's there, if he knows that she's around, All right, let's see what we have. Wow, you guys, like this is crazy. I feel like crying right now. Oh my God, my heart, my poor heart. This is unbelievable. Okay. Deep breath. I'm sorry. I need to like woosah, because I cannot believe this. Look at this. So here she is. I placed her on his crown. He's still in love with her. Look at this. Caring connection, same position. They're still madly in love with each other. Even in death. They're still madly crazy in love with each other. He still is crazy, madly in love with her. He's not letting go of their relationship. He knows that he's moved on and gotten married, but their connection, like he is still married to this woman. They still have something spiritually that's going on that they like, it's not going anywhere. Like even if she's on the other side, like he is still madly in love with her. This is what's in the root. Heartbroken. He can't get over this. No matter how hard he tries, he cannot move on. Very heartbroken. Like these two were meant for each other. Like for real, seriously. These two were like very much meant for each other. And he's like, I can't live without her. I can't live. I just cannot live without her. Because I'm like, why does he feel this way? Door to personal healing and happiness is in the situation. He's not healing from this situation. He's like, I can't live without her. Over and over again. That's all I hear in my head is him saying, I cannot live without her. I can't heal from this. I just can't heal from this. I've tried to push on. I've tried to move on. But he's not healing from this situation. And he feels very trapped. Simply because he knows that like sometimes he'll dream about her and it feels so real and they spend so much time together and she's smiling at him and he's smiling at her. And then he wakes up and it's like, I don't want to say this. She's like, be very careful with this part, because, he has a family, he has a life in this physical realm, but he's like not that happy, like he just feels very trapped, like he's not happy. And it has nothing to do with the relationship that he has now. I'm not looking into all of that, but it's like he looks at his life and he just imagines like, what if this could have been with her, you know? And it's very painful for him. Again, he struggles with moving forward. He does. He struggles with moving forward. And each time that he tries to walk away and he's like, okay, I got to cut this off. This is unhealthy for me. This hurts too much. It really fucks with him. It really messes with him. So I think that the only way for him to like really find healing in this, because this storm warning card is like more self-infliction, feeling as if like, maybe if I drink the pain away, or maybe if I, you know, try to use other things to cope with my pain, it just drives him mad. I just feel him getting extremely mad, you know, just very angry. And maybe he doesn't express this around a lot of people, but he's just extremely hurt, just very hurt because he loves her so much, you know? But I'm going to say this, she's saying, Chris, keep your heart open. Archangel Raphael is the fourth chakra. Do your best to keep your heart open and find healing in your heart. And know that she's like, I'm forever his angel. I need to talk to him. Like, she's stressing that to me so much. Like, I love him so much. He needs to know that I love him very much. They both love each other very much, and they can't live without each other. It's like very hard, you know? But she knows that she wants him to be in this physical realm and to live out his life, even though it's very complicated, because and I don't think that he's the type to do that, but sometimes he's like, God, I can't, like, he wants to be with her, you know? And she's like, I'm going to wait for you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait for you because I love you. I love you very much. So she's very making that extremely clear that she loves him like crazy. Like they're both meant for each other. Like they were both meant for each other. So I need to I need to get that out. Would she be doing more designing and acting I'm assuming if she were alive, is that what you were asking? I'm going to keep using the oracle cards and see how she feels, because these are more spiritual based, like if she would continue to pursue that type of career, and just ask questions about designing, and if she were still alive, what are the things that she would be doing. Now, if certain cards come up and I'm going to respect her wishes, okay? So if, things are too hard for her to talk about, I'm going to respect her wishes. But I'm just going to see what she might have to say in regards to that. She's saying, no, don't worry, it's okay. Like, she's like, it's okay. Because she's showing me the patience card. She's very patient. She's like, it's fine. It's okay. We can talk about this. Archangel Michael is about the first chakra. Like if I was still on Earth, if I was still down here, yeah, I probably would definitely be more successful, because she's showing me like she's showing me receiving a lot of financial success with woman holding coin on her crown and in her subconscious mind. She's indicating that she would probably continue to pursue doing clothing and then maybe looking into the big screen, but honestly she's like hesitant about that because she was really focused on like keeping things in-house and focusing on family. She's showing me that the community card in the situation, so this is like, this is kind of like if I were to do this, I would be designing, I would be draping clothing, I would be modeling. She talks about modeling a lot. I think that's probably more of an angle. She's very much into fashion, because even if you can see in this, dress, it's like very detailed, very elegant, posing a lot. And I think that's where her heart is like focusing on clothing, because she has a fine appreciation for it. Look at that, a woman holding a garment, modeling. Just kind of like in a high fashion sense. She's saying that that's where her heart is, and she would be extremely, like the victory card is saying that she would be very great at it. She knows that that's what she's made for. That's something that she would love to do, that she would love to embrace and do. So I hope that answers your question for that. I'm just trying to see if there's any more questions. Um, would Selena eventually fire Yolanda? I see Chris on Instagram performing and selling his hot sauce. He took a picture in a restaurant with Selena's pictures. Yeah. I mean, let's see. I'm gonna use my other deck. So I'm gonna use this as her. Or actually, no. Something's telling me she likes this deck. She really likes, I think she likes my Oracle deck a lot. She's like, I like this one. I like this one. I'm sorry, I'm just lighting sage really quick, so just give me one quick second. All right. She's like, I like this one. This one is more vibrant. I like it. So I'm just gonna use this as her because she loves this deck. So, I know that she was, I mean, it's stated in the documentary itself that she was planning on getting rid of her anyway. But she's indicating to me that she had her hunches and her feelings because she was like, she just kind of noticed, like, I guess, like, because she's showing me, she's like, I'm like, she's showing me how sweet she is, like, I think that's one of our biggest problems as human beings is that sometimes we know that something's off and then we try to, like, think that we're thinking negative. That's why I tell people all the time, there's nothing wrong with you if you have like a hunch or a feeling, about something, and you need to do your best to look out for yourself, But even if you address it to certain people, I just kind of feel like this is the situation that comes up with most of these artists. At the time, maybe protection wasn't something that she was too concerned about, She would probably wasn't really too concerned about those things and probably didn't think that she would ever do this to her, Wow, she's talking about this, man. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just like completely, okay. I'm completely like, my mind is blown whenever I lay out these cards. She's saying financial constraint. This placed her in a financial bind. They were probably going to go through the process of suing her. She's showing me that in the past they thought about trying to figure out what to do about the situations and what strategies to take when it comes down to handling this particular situation when someone's taking money from her. Usually the angel of balance is in congruence with all of these, is talking about taking strategy, going to the law about something, and she wishes that she probably pressed charges or did something instead of trying to work it out to rectify the situation. Okay? I'm gonna go in a certain order because she's showing me that she wants me to go in a particular order, so I'm just gonna go in the way that she wants me to go. Situation is healer of the ages. It's very difficult for her to try to find healing in this because she feels as if and I feel like this is like Chris, again, like she's just dealing with the fact that it's very hard to not be with him. Because again, in the root, look at that, Lover's card. This person was very envious, very jealous of their connection and their situation that they have going on. And she just couldn't really get over it. And I think that maybe she tried to, oh, okay, that makes so much sense. She's like, this woman was so fucking insane, excuse my language, but she was so insane that she really would probably think that she was me. Honestly, that she could be me. Like, this is how, like, insane she was in her own fantasy. She was in her own mind, in her own fantasy, spending this money, using my money, using my things, trying to dress like me, trying to be like me. She wanted to get in the way of my relationship. She keeps saying that over and over again. This woman really was trying to get in my relationship between me and Chris. And it was very hurtful. And she, she deceived all of us. Look at this. Look at this card. Deceit, lies, deceit. Someone smiling in your face and then using using money, just taking, constantly taking, because they feel like, again, she just keeps saying like this woman was delusional, this woman was delusional, this woman was delusional. Like that's all I keep hearing in my head. She was completely delusional. She really had like this fantasy, and maybe she thought about like, oh, this could be me and my man, or I'm Selena. Like she mirrored her. It was this secret envy of this woman, but the only way that she could cope with it was to try to take things from her, was to take things from her in order to feel like maybe I could be this woman, I could be her, and that would satisfy my need for greed, that would satisfy my need to feel important. It's very psychotic, dude. Like it's like some psychotic energy. Okay, I'm going in her order because she's like, I need you to pick up these cards next. So, very indecisive, again, not knowing what to do, where to turn, and she felt like she was at a crossroads. Maybe she could have felt like maybe I should have sent someone else, reflecting right before she passes away. I could reflect on other things and do something else because she's holding on to that attachment, about harboring that harboring that responsibility and taking on that pain. And she made her choice, but she feels like very, it's just, the guilt. It's just so much guilt because she sees how much it hurts so many different people. But I know that eventually she's saying that everything is not going to be like this forever. It's not going to be gray and dull and heartbroken and holding on to the past anymore. I know that in the next life, when she's keeps talking about Chris, when she's reconnected with Chris, they're going to have a very fruitful life. She keeps talking about that. Look at that. Door to personal healing and happiness. That's where her focus is on right now. She's like, I can't focus on the past too much. I hate focusing on the past because my focus is on door to romance, being in love, still loving this man, finding healing with this man, door to personal healing and happiness. That's where my focus is. Sometimes she has moments of regret, wishing that she made a different choice. Maybe sending somebody else, maybe getting security, maybe, doing so many different things, but it just drives her crazy. It just drives her crazy because like she just wants to be with him. That's all she cares about. And so I think that she's just focused on the next life, like maybe in another life, maybe in another time, we will definitely be together because she has so much love for this man. Like she's around him all the time and she's just patiently waiting for him. She just keeps talking about him over and over again. That's what she's focused on. Let's see. Hey, great reading so far. Aries have strong love and it's always real. I believe that's that they'll see each other again. Absolutely. Most definitely true. Is Don Shelton around Selena? He was her backup singer. He passed away in 2015. Let's ask about that. I'm going to use the other deck. I'm going to give this one a quick break, really quick. I don't know when Dawn's birthday is, but I'm going to shuffle up some cards and see what comes up for Dawn and Selena and see if Dawn is around. Selena, and see what's going on. The answer that I'm getting already in the chills in my head is yes. I get chills all over like yes, because I heard his voice, funny enough. And they're both laughing. So I'm just going to like turn over a few cards just for that question and just see. Okay? Okay. Wow. Okay. So this was, again, confirmation. Again, look, death card in the root. They both passed away, like you said. The transition was extremely difficult for him, is what is the indication of what the cards are showing me. They were both highly upset when this particular situation happened. And I'm assuming this must be him. I'm just going to assume that this page of wands is him because it's kind of like flamboyant dancing. dancing kind of energy. She is saying that they are together, but I don't know if this person like had a significant other that they left behind, or another dancer that was a part of the situation, and they kind of feel left out, like very hurt, very upset, very left out in regards to just losing two people that they love, or just losing certain people that they're close to. Basically, in the situation is like Two of Swords, again, feeling like I think it's both of them wanting to get peace or more justice for Selena. I don't know why I keep bringing this up, but I felt like when I was talking about Yolanda, there was another guy, and I don't know if she had someone else or she was giving money to someone else, but there's another guy that she was giving money to, and she feels like they should be as responsible. I just keep getting that energy. So she's showing me the Knight of Pentacles, and this could be a representation of, again, coming together with this person. And the Moon card, it's like some sort of indication of both of them knowing the secrets. They're talking about the money, using money, people taking money from them, and how it affected, everybody. But they're saying that there's some sort of secret. There's some sort of secret that was going on in reference to the situation. Like I said before, the feeling that I get, it's like I keep seeing Yolanda taking the money, like taking money from Selena, like, taking money from different people. And someone else, look at this Knight of Swords, this person is coming up as someone who's bad talking or just trying to convince someone else to give them what they want. And that's kind of how they're describing it. Someone else is like orchestrating to tell Yolanda what to do. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Just telling Yolanda what to do, telling her what to do in order to try to benefit. And they're like eyeing this person. It's like it's crazy. Sometimes on the other side, like when you cross over and you transition, like you see things so much more clearly. I tell people this all the time. I'm just gonna see. So I answered that question. And I'm just gonna see if she has any final words for her fans, basically. I'm just gonna see if she has any final words for her fans. I'm gonna use the favorite deck that she likes, because she feels like whenever she uses like the regular tarot, it gets really intense for her. Like it focuses more on, more on the heavier side. So I'm going to just focus on what energy that she has to communicate to her fans. Again, you guys can definitely support by liking, please. Likes are a form of support for me. Subscribing is a form of support for me. Supporting via Cashapp at Queen Prodigy 369, or even using Queen Prodigy 369 at gmail.com to support whatever you can at PayPal, or even booking a reading through me. That's a form of support too. I appreciate that. Or even sharing. If you guys just feel like, shit, I'm broke, I ain't got no money like that. Okay, then share my readings. Like girl, check this reading out. Check, spread it. Whatever you guys do. Like, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, because I put my energy into this, and it's like, it means a lot to me. So again, we're going to see what she has to say to her fans and what she wants to communicate to you guys, okay? And then after that, she's showing me, she's like, I'm going to talk to my community. Look at that. I'm going to talk to my people, and then I'm done. Because when I see this walking away card, that means that they're done. This is it. So we're going to focus on what she has to say to her fans. All right. Okay, there we go. She's like, I'm ready now. She is showing me, she knows that so many people are hurt on this physical realm, because she wish, as much as they cry out for her, and they still listen to her, she's grateful, that people think about her, but she's like using Archangel Michael to find healing and balance, from no longer being on earth, because Archangel Michael is in the past. So this means like transitioning from earth basically and moving forward. But she does hear your cries. She's saying she's like, I hear their cries all the time. I hear their happiness. I hear their joys when they see me and they look at me and they admire me. I still feel them. Again, the thing that's interesting with these two cards, because this card, the indecision card, is in the subconscious mind, as I stated before, and this card is in the root, adjacent possibilities. She keeps contemplating if she would do it again, meaning being a singer, being a performer, and if she would do it again. And I think this is something that she is thinking about really hard, because she knows that it would make so many people happy, but I think she's afraid of, you know what I mean? Like, she's afraid of making certain mistakes or certain traumas affecting her. And the reason why I say this is because Archangel Chamuel is in charge of the third chakra. She's like walking through, trying to take different paths, thinking about what to do in the next life, but she doesn't want to make the wrong move, okay? So she wants you guys to understand that. She's saying that her happiness was never about the money. Her happiness was about all of you. And she's very hurt that she really couldn't really show how talented she was. This really affects her, that she really couldn't give any more to you all that she could have given, because she had so much. She's like, I had so much more music. I have so much more to give, so much more to provide and to give, to all of them. And I feel like, just as much as they're missing out, I'm missing out. She's doing her best to say that it's important, that she's taking action to find healing within herself. These are like near future cards, like steps that she's taking action, stepping up, taking action to find healing. Healer of the ages, and to get over the people that are jealous of you, and to be very clear that everybody's not your friend. You know what I mean? She wants people to be very aware of that. Don't try to hold on to past relationships or anything. If something's rubbing you the wrong way, cut these jealous people off. And she wants her life to kind of be a lesson to where people understand that sometimes certain energies are not good for you, because it's holding you back, it's blocking you. It's blocking you. She's saying, take action. I hope that people learn from my life and find healing, because no one deserves to be around negative energy when they have so much potential. So she's making that extremely clear. She's saying she wishes everyone, she appreciates so much that she's being valued, that the door to value is there, that you guys appreciate her and support her so much, and that you all love her. And it's more than just money. It's just the fact that you all think about her. Angel of love. She's like, I will forever be your angel of love. I will forever be your angel of love. I'll always be with you guys. But also, this angel of love is in reference to Chris. She really feels like Chris is her twin flame. Like, I don't know how this is going to get to this man or whatever, but she just keeps talking about him. Like, send a lot of love to Chris, support Chris, take care of Chris, because I want to be with him. I'm still with him. I still love him. So I think this is a good card to like represent her, This is a very positive card. Angel of love, focused on angel of love, and just focused on the fact that that's what she's focused on, is healing. What does Selena do in heaven? She's focused on healing. She's focused on healing for the transition of her next life. And I know that someone was like asking about the biopic, and I'm just going to split the deck really quick because my battery's about to die and I don't want to lose this reading. So how do you feel, really quick? I know Selena, she's like, I'm ready to go. How do you feel about the biopic? That's all she cares about. I love you. She's like, I love you. Anything that people do to represent my life, I love it, whatever. But she's focused on Chris, dude. I don't think she's focused on anything else. I don't know how many times I need to pull this card up. She just keeps, that's where her heart is right now. She's in love with that man. I split the deck and she's like, it's a good representation of my relationship with this man that I love. And I hope that people can just focus on that and appreciate the fact that he made a huge impact on my life. And that's how she feels. That's it. So I appreciate you guys coming through and being here. I hope I answered all your questions. And if I haven't, do your best to, leave comments below, and I will do everything that I can to respond. I get a lot of responses, a lot of questions. So I appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, sharing the video, and bring positive light to Selena, send love to Chris, and I love you all so much. And just take care of yourselves, hold on to your dreams, and keep envious people away from you. Learn from her life, and bring healing and love into her life, so that when the time comes, when Chris transitions over, just know that she will be waiting for you. She's making that very clear, that she loves you very much and that she will wait for you. She's not going anywhere. So thank you all so much, and I hope that you have a blessed night.